Hello, creepers. I'm back here with another video. This time I'm going to be showing you a special movie that I saw very long time ago. And I rewatched it again, and I rewatched it again. So I've seen it like a total of 3 or 4 times. And every time I see it, the more I see it, the more I like it, the more I love it. And I think it's a pretty good, solid slasher comedy horror movie from back 1987. Now we're gonna be talking about Doom Asylum. This is what we're gonna be talking about today. It's a freaking fantastic movie. I don't care what people say. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people hate it. They think it's boring. They think it's stupid. They think it's dumb. They think the acting sucks. I think it was great. I thought it was good. A lot of memorable characters in this movie. A lot of people that I can think and be like, man, I remember those characters. I thought it was really good, really fun. And what can I say? I mean, 1987, cheesy. That for sure it was. Very cheesy movie. But nonetheless, let me just run down through my notes and let you guys know what I think about Doom Asylum from Arrow Video. And I mean, again, it's a horror slasher comedy, all mixed into one. So I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into. It's not a serious movie. It's not gonna win an Academy Award or anything like that. But I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. I thought it was fun. And every time I see it, like I said, it gets funner and funner with time. Now, this was released in 1987. It is rated R and it runs at just 1 hour and 17 minutes. It's a quick movie. It's a fast movie. What do you know? And it's very enjoyable. So the plot is this is the plot they have on IMDb. They say a horribly disfigured lawyer wrongfully pronounced dead after a car accident is taken to an asylum for dissection, only to come alive and to kill everyone and make the asylum his killing ground. Now, there's a lot of confusion. I don't know if that asylum is the asylum that he was actually uh, had the surgery at and all that stuff, or I don't know what he's been doing for the past God knows how many years that he was there for. But bottom line is the asylum itself. It's a really good location. They were filming on location. It's an abandoned place. So it was really cool. A place to film the movie, or a legit abandoned building. I don't know if it was a real life asylum or not, but it looks like it. It looked for well, at least they made it look like it. Anyway, so it is written and directed by Richard Friedman, who also directed in 1989 Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, one of my favorite movies from the 80s as well. Also in 1987, Scared Stiff, which also Arrow also released that one too, and they also released the Phantom of the Mall, and a bunch of Tales from the Dark Side episodes. It stars Patty Mullen as Kiki, Kristen Davis as Jane, she's actually Charlotte from Sex and the City. She became very popular after when Sex and the City came out. So honestly, she was probably the best actress in this movie as well. So you got Kristen Davis as Jane, and then you got William Hay as Mike, and Ruth Collins as Tina. IMDb has it at a 4.6 out of 10. That's a crime. Letterboxd has it at a 2.6 out of 5. Another crime. And Rotten Tomato has it at a 33%. That's a big crime. I don't know why they got such low scores in this movie, because it was a decent, funny. It had comedy, it had horror, it had one-liners, it had everything you expect from a 1987 slasher. The budget was $90,000, and the box office gross $476,000. That's pretty successful if you ask me. I mean, they quadrupled the money that they spent, so that's pretty good. It was shot in an abandoned sanitarium. There you go. It was an abandoned sanitarium in New Jersey. It was actually shot in 8 days. Those are some of the trivia that I got here from IMDb. Ruth Collins, Tina, was only paid $100 to show her breasts. Tina is actually the lead singer from that punk band. Terrible punk band, by the way. that was playing there. They were rehearsing there at the sanitarium. Um, it's the debut film of Kristen Davis, the girl from Sex and the City. It became really famous afterwards. What else? The movie that was being watched by the killer. So there's parts. I guess it was fillers just to fill in the time so it could be a full feature. Where the killer, our killer in this movie, starts watching a black and white film, and we had to watch it with him. So I guess he's been watching this movie for a long time. It's actually the movie called the Crimes of Stephen Hawke from 1936. I don't know. And movie's really cool. I guess the director was really into like heavy metal and stuff because they got a bunch of bands all over the walls, and including my favorite band, Metallica. It's put throughout the movie. You clearly see it in the chapel and in a bunch of rooms throughout the abandoned sanitarium. You also have Exodus, Wasp, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Suicidal Tendencies, Pink Floyd. These bands are great. They were all sprayed around the walls, and you could clearly see them throughout the movie. Patty Mullen, was Kiki, was actually a Penthouse Pet of the Month for August of 1986. She was also beautiful. The two girls, the two main girls from the preppy side were amazing, and they were always in bikini. It was great. So it was eye candy for us. But anyways, so I got some notes, some notes that I wrote down. Again, I put Kiki and Jane were super hot. They were hanging out with a bunch of dorks, especially that Mike guy. Well, I'll get to him later. And then Tina and the Tots, that was a band. It was a crazy funny band. They were really cool. So basically, what happens in this movie? This is what happens in the movie. Doom Asylum over here. The lawyer and his girlfriend, they're in this car and they're enjoying life. They're having a blast and they're very happy. They're drinking wine. They're drinking and driving. Guys don't drink and drive. So they're drinking and driving in his car, hauling ass, and they're all happy because they won a huge case. And the guy's gonna make a lot of money off this case. So what happens is that he gets excited. He starts kissing the girl, and then, bam! They crash into a tree. Well, the lady dies, and they presume they think he's dead, so they take him to this asylum, this hospital, and they start working on him. But all of a sudden, he starts twitching, and then he becomes alive, and then he starts killing everybody. Then you fast forward, I think it was like 9 years or 10 years. I don't know. You fast forward. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what's going on. But then now we see a group of kids, preppy kids, on a nice car, and then they're driving to this asylum where they're gonna hang out. I don't know. They don't even tell us what's going on there. They're just saying this group of like four. It was like five or six of them. Preppy kids. They just go to this asylum to hang out, and that's where Tina and the Tots are at. Tina and the Tots is an all-female band, and they're punk heavy metal band, and they were rehearsing there. So now that you got the battle against the preppies versus the rockers, and they don't really like each other. But it's funny because the black guy and the black girl, they fell in love immediately when they met, and it was the funniest thing in the world. They had an awesome scene together, like where he's running, and it was hilarious. It was super funny. So basically, they go to this asylum, and shit goes down. You have very, very funny characters. Mike, which is the boyfriend of Kiki, the main girl. He always talks. He contradicts himself all the time. So he says, like for example, he goes like, "Oh, I should go to the right, or maybe I should go to the left because the left is no. You know what? Let me go to the right." Stuff like that. So he's always like very unsteady and very confused into what he's gonna do and say all the time. And then the weird part about it is that somehow, Kiki starts talking about her mom and how the mom died around there, and so her boyfriend Mike tells her, "Well, you could call me mom." So she calls the boyfriend mom, and it's kind of funny, but to an extent, it's kind of like, it's kind of nasty, why you call your boyfriend mom. shit happens. The kills were amazing. Most of the kills were really, really cool. The girl from Sex and the City, what's her name in the movie? Jean. Her kill was my favorite. It was awesome the way they did it. The all practical effects. It was really, really fun. Every time the killer, his name is Mitch. Mitch, yeah. He always had these great one-liners. Very, very funny, very fun. And, some were hit or miss, but most of them were like pretty on point and funny. And like I said, like everybody had their own personality, their characters, the character development. Even though it was an hour and 17 minutes, it was really, really fun, really cool to meet these people, and you felt for them because they were really nice, a group of nice people. Also wrote here that the victims, when they faced Mitch, this guy's all disfigured. His face was all messed up. Granted, it was a messed up mask that they put on him. But bottom line is that he's all disfigured. When they see this guy, what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing a normal person does? They run away. They're like, "Oh shit, who's this guy? He's gonna kill me. He has a saw. He has a knife. He has a fork. He's gonna kill me." So you run away. No, but the victims, they act really, really stupid. They hang out. They tell them, what are you doing here? It's when they're about to die, they really don't fight for their lives, and then they just die. So I think that was kind of dumb. But other than that, it was really cool. The transfer, Arrow Video transfer, is amazing. They did an amazing, really, really good job with this transfer. The jokes are very funny. They're all over the place. They're all over the movie. There's a lot of jokes, a lot of comedy in it. I love this artwork. Awesome artwork. And it's also full of great, amazing, cool features in here. You could pause there and read it for yourself. All the amazing features that we have going on here. Again, we have a different artwork for the disc. Really cool artwork here. And we also have a flip artwork. You'll get this if you want to flip it. But I like to stick to the one that it came with. I'm not sure if that was the original artwork. Doom Asylum, I've never seen it in my video stores. I was never familiar with this movie. I actually saw it first when it came out through Arrow Video a couple of years ago. So I've seen it a total of 3 times. I thought it was really fantastic, man. I personally, my rating for this is gonna be a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty funny. The kills were good. The storyline's a little wonky, but it makes sense at the end. And I dig it. It was a really good character development. I remember all these characters, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Fantastic release from Arrow Video, one of my favorite boutique labels. With that being said, I got nothing else here. Tina and the Tots, worst band ever in any movie. The setting was good, and I really enjoyed it. So 7 out of 10, not a bad movie. I recommend this. Go out and see it. Go out and buy it. Get your physical copy of it, and that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.